welcome to Adam McKola TV. This is the preview for Swansea against Manchester United. United's second fixture of the season. Second Premier League fixture anyway. Third one if you're including the Super Cup. United's opening day Premier League win over West Ham has filled many Manchester United fans with confidence of the season going forward. And Manchester United have to follow that up with another victory over Swansea. Keep that confidence flowing and keep the good run going. We've got when you look at the fixture list that we've started with, the first 5-6 games are pretty good for us. And I think we've got to take advantage of that. Swansea, look, they had a good start. I think they got a point away against Southampton. So that was a decent point for them. But Manchester United have to be going there and looking to get a similar result to the one we got last season. Now, in today's preview, we'll obviously discuss all of that, the game ahead. We open the Premier League weekend because it's the early kickoff on Saturday. So we'll be talking about things ahead in the game. We'll be previewing the team, giving my predictions, looking at who we must fear from Swansea. They've obviously lost Gylfi Sigurdsson this week as well. And of course, I will be, talking about Martial as well. So don't worry about that. Guys, keep your comments flowing. Keep your likes flowing. And of course, keep subscribing to Adam McKola TV. We're here for the next half an hour or so talking about the game ahead. And I hope you enjoy the ride. Jack, how are you doing? And welcome back. Neil says he thinks it will be a 4-3-3 against Swansea with Herrera for Mata the only change. Trey thinks it's going to be 3-0 United. Jay O'Connell says no Llorente for Swansea. Yes, Llorente is still missing. YG thinks it should be an easy win. Gorab says fourth signing, Adam. And in regards to a fourth signing, Jose Mourinho seemed to hint today that he didn't think we would be making that fourth signing. He said that we're not actively trying to make it at the moment. If something comes available, then I believe we will obviously try and make that fourth signing. But at this moment in time, it looks like we're going to settle with what we've got. And he did say that he's happy to go and he's ready to go with what we have at the moment. So I'm liking that. Smokey Joe, thank you for your comment. And he says, like the effing video. What's up, Shane? Hope you're doing well. Jacob thinks it's going to be 3-0. Vibav says, sure, the last piece of our puzzle. And he does, his contract expires in the summer coming up. But we do have the option of extending that deal by another season. And it looks like Manchester United will do that. Me personally, though, I don't think that means anything either way. Because I'm sure we would trigger that extension regardless of whether we were going to keep him or not. Because if we trigger it and we do let him go, we'll get a transfer fee for him. So I think it would be stupid business not to trigger that extension. But I hope Jose Mourinho has triggered the extension with the fact that Luke Shaw is going to be part of the squad. That's what I'm hoping. Anyway, Advait says easy 2-0, question mark. It could be. Last season we won here 3-1. Zlatan Ibrahimovic got 2 goals. And of course, Paul Pogba scored an excellent goal as well. It was a great away day there as we won 3-1 and got 3 points. Now, we need to be doing the same again in this match. We need to get momentum going. We need to keep a run going. We need to go into that Leicester City game with the same confidence that we've got from that West Ham United game. And a comfortable victory or any sort of victory will obviously help us along with that. I'm really looking forward to the game. Now, Swansea, look, they're not really rated at this moment in time. And I do think their manager's all right, to be fair with them. I think Clement's a decent manager. But when you look at their squad, there isn't much that you really fear. I think, yes, they have had a good record against Manchester United over the last couple of years. And whilst we did get a result at the Liberty Stadium last season, we have suffered a few results against Swansea. And they have got the better of us a few times. So, Swansea have a good record against Manchester United, and we have to bear that in mind going into this game. Now, I'm just looking at their squad at this moment, and you look at it. Lucas Fabianski, Ki Sung-young, Alfie Mawson, Leon Britton, Leroy Fair, who I think's decent. Fernando Llorente is left out. Tammy Abraham, who's a good move for them, in on loan, but yet again, he's inexperienced. They've signed Luciano Narsing this season. They've got Nathan Dyer, Nordfeldt, Carroll, Routledge, Olsen, Jordan Ayew, Montero, Rangel, etc. They don't really, strike fear into you, any of those players, to be totally honest with you. But having said that, they could still get a result against us. I think Clement has them well organised. They showed that with the result they got at the weekend, in the opening weekend. And they'll be difficult to break down. But I think if we can get an early goal, it will be comfortable for Manchester United. Hi, EG, how you doing? Anchor says, what did I miss? You haven't missed much, mate. We've just got started. We're 5 minutes into the stream. We've got over 250 people involved at this moment in time. Get hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Comment and, of course, subscribe as well. Tottenham says, Tottenham have just signed Sanchez from Ajax. Fair play to them. Am I going to the game? Says Harry. I will be in Swansea, but I haven't nailed down a ticket just yet. We are winning 5-0, says Anchor. He's really, really confident. And shout out from Rainford, says Joshua. I feel 2-0, but in parts quite tight, says EG. And a draw is a good result for them, says Nigel. Howson's just gone live. Who do I watch? Does that sound? Obviously, you watch me. Come on, it shouldn't even be a decision. Right, Man United God 7 says, what's up? How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Of course, guys, we're talking Swansea City against Manchester United. Their big game. I say it's the big game. It's the second Premier League game of the season. And Manchester United's games now are all big. If we want to get this Premier League trophy back at Old Trafford, every single game is big. And we need to be winning this one as well. It's that simple. We need to be winning this game. Now, going to hit your comments up. Let me get into your comments. Ezra says, what do I think about Draxler to United? Don't think it's going to happen. Hi, MUFC up game. I hope you're doing well. Calvin Guste says, like. 3-0 to United. Lukaku keeping up his goal scoring, says Harry. Now, Romelu Lukaku got two goals for Manchester United in his opening league game for us. And again, these kind of fixtures are going to be his kind of cup of tea. We need him to be leading the line. We don't need him to score. Of course he doesn't need to score. He scored 3 goals in his opening 2 games for us competitively. So his record at this moment in time is very good. The question mark for me is, does Anthony Martial start? He came on as a substitute, got a goal and an assist in 10 minutes. Now, do I think Jose Mourinho will start him? Probably not. I think he will likely go the same. And I think someone commented earlier, Ankit has commented then saying Herrera in for Mata. I think we will go with the slightly more compact midfield. Obviously, at home, we can afford to go with Mata, with Matic and Pogba. Mata, the more attacking-minded, someone with a little bit more guile to open their defence. But we've got us going away from home against Swansea City. We're going to need to pack that midfield a little bit more. Get Ander Herrera in there. Get Matic sitting in front of our defence. Make sure they're not winning any of the balls that are dropping in front of our defence. Make sure Matic is cleaning it up, giving it to Herrera, giving it to Pogba, and allowing them to play with the ball. Pogba on the left side of that midfield, the position that he flourished most in at Juventus. And he looked good against Swansea last season. He had a lot of freedom on their pitch. And if they play anything like they did last season, we'll obviously have our own way with them. I think Paul Pogba was excellent against West Ham United. And we're seeing that freedom that he is getting. The freedom that he's got is allowing him to just push on and make things happen up top. He's not looking over his shoulder anymore. He's not thinking about what's going on behind him, because he knows he can rely on someone like Nemanja Matic to clean those things up and make sure everything is being sorted from there. Clashing in Style says he thinks it should be a 4-4-2 diamond. Now, in terms of formation, I would go with a 4-3-3. That's what I think we should go with, a 4-3-3. Martial needs to start, says Sidvik. Do you guys think we should have a 4-3-3? Now, Edward says, congratulations on 42,000 subscribers. I'm not on 42,000 subscribers. It seemed to be a little bit of a glitch last night. And basically, last night, I was online, checked the sub count, and it was on 41,973 or something crazy like that. And I was thinking, yo, where have these 2,800 subs come from? I usually make about 100 subs a day. The most I've ever made in a day is about 600. So when I saw 2,800, I was thinking, am I tripping here? Am I tripping absolute balls here? What's going on? And then I checked this morning and it had dropped back down to 39,180 or something like that. So it seems to have been a little bit of a glitch with YouTube, and I haven't actually hit 40k yet. So get hitting that subscribe button, guys. The 40k target needs to be met. And once we've met that, we can set ourselves a new target for the end of the year or the next 2 months. Nice to meet you after the match. Nice one, James. Nice to meet you too. Manny, we're not on 41. It is a false alarm. What's going on, Kings Latin? He is back. Man United God's back. Mandy's back. Joshua says Martial will do well this season, and I really hope he will do too. I think I've seen a difference in him. I've seen a glint in his eyes. I've seen this determination from him. And when he came off the bench at the weekend, he just looked like he was going to score. He ran at the defenders, and his goal was absolutely fantastic. Now, I quoted the goal that Manchester United posted, and I put that first touch, the acceleration and the finish, and someone said, oh, he's just got the ball and scored. Now, it wasn't actually that easy. He received the ball on the 18-yard box. His first touch killed the ball, and his acceleration got him about 3 yards away from the defender who was standing right next to him. That speed, not many players have that. Now, of course, Rashford has that too, but it was absolutely mint to see. So, I think Martial's fantastic, man, and I'd like to see him start. Crazy Pizza Gaming, Mizan, how you doing? Rodney, how are you doing? 200k by the end of the season, says Jagart. That's a big target. Let's go for 100k by the end of the season, eh? 200k is a big one. I like Rashford, but I prefer Martial to start, says Flinzer. Pogba, boom, says Crazy Pizza. Watching from Nepal, it's 11 p.m. in here. Anchor says 11 p.m. in India at the moment. Nice one for watching, mate. In Nepal as well, sorry. Nice. Martial to start, Rashford as super sub. I think Jose Mourinho could be switching it up with them guys this season. Now, I think we could potentially play a front three. A front three with of course, Martial, Rashford and Lukaku. And I think in some games we will get to see that. But I think also what you've got to look at is we haven't got a backup number 9 if we play all 3 of those. We just haven't got one. So we need to go against that a little bit. And, because if we play Martial, Lukaku and Rashford and just say Lukaku needs to go off or we need to give him a rest, who's coming on for him? So, if we get an injury to one of those players, what's going to happen then? So we have to look at all those things. And I think for that reason, until we get Zlatan back, I think Jose is going to rotate Martial and Rashford. Sometimes have Martial, sometimes have Rashford. I do think the only change will be Mata this weekend, though, and I think Herrera will come in. But I would go with Anthony Martial. News on Luke Shaw doesn't sound good, says Jagart. What are you talking about there, mate? Matic defensive, Herrera workhorse, Pogba and what, Lucas? Let me know, and what? And what? Sign a backup on loan, says Manny Plays. If we play Martial, Lukaku and Rashford, there will be no one to link the midfield and attack, says Ankit. Good point. You got Mkhitaryan in there for that reason. Hoping for quick Luke Shaw return. Good news about him, says Pratik. Jose Mourinho has obviously commented as well in his press conference this weekend that he thinks Luke Shaw and Ashley Young will participate in the under-23s game on Monday. So that's what's going to go down there. And we're going to get to see Luke Shaw and Ashley Young in under-23 action against Swansea on Monday, which is great news. I'll be tuning into MUTV to check that out, that's for sure. I'm not uploading the presser, Raf, but I think Full-Time Devils maybe. I'm not too sure on that one either. But I will not be uploading the presser. Last chance for Jones, says James Byrne. I thought Phil Jones played well against West Ham. And I said in my West Ham preview that I think Jones should play alongside Bailey. I think he's the most reliable centre-half that we do have with Bailey at this moment in time. So, Yeah, I would play Phil Jones every single day of the week, to be fair. Do you think Sigurdsson going to Everton will affect Swansea tomorrow, says Stephen? I think Swansea are obviously a lesser side without Sigurdsson. I think that's obvious. But they didn't play him in the opening weekend. So I don't think they've expected to have him going into this season. He wasn't playing in their first game of the season, so I don't think it's going to come as a shock to them at all. Of course I'm not 30. You think I'm... No, thank you, mate. Comment on Barca's condition. I don't care about Barca. This is the Manchester United Swansea preview. Why do you want me to talk about Barca? Why, oh, why? Jo says Jones wasn't tested that much, which is fair enough. I do see that point of view, and I obviously do agree with that as well. Jones wasn't really tested, but at the same time, I think he's more reliable at this moment in time than Lindelof and Smalling. Now, you've still got to give Smalling and Lindelof their opportunities. You've still got to give Lindelof time. And Edwin points out Jones will get injured soon. There's always that chance as well that Phil Jones does pick up an injury. But while he's fit, I think Phil Jones and Bailey should be the starting centre-halves. And Smalling and Lindelof should have to fight for their top spot. Too early for title push talk, says Jacob. I think it's too early to react from that West Ham game and say, oh, we're going to win the league and all this, that and the other. I think going into this campaign, I think we could have easily said that we need to challenge for the league, and expecting us to challenge for the league isn't unrealistic because Jose Mourinho has had money to spend over the last 2 seasons. He's brought in his own players, 7 of his own players, 7 excellent signings as well. Obviously 6 of them are here at the moment with Zlatan out, but I think he's made very good signings. I think he's improved on some of the squad as well. And I think he's had the time to see what he needs. Now, of course, he never got that 4th signing that he wanted. And he mentioned today in his press conference that he don't think he's going to get that 4th signing. But I don't think he'll be that gutted about that. I think we've got a very good squad when you look at all of our positions. Apart from maybe left wing, we haven't got much room for competition. But then it could be Martial and Rashford who are going to be sharing that left side. And if you look at that, that's pretty strong. I like those two. But you can't get excited from that West Ham game and say we're going to win the league. But I think it's fair to expect us to challenge for the league because we definitely have to be challenging for the league this season. I think it would be a failure if we didn't. Why do we want Aurier, says Lucas. Who says we want Aurier? There's rumours linking us to Aurier, but we haven't signed him. So until we sign him, you can't say that we actually want Aurier. Blind or Darmian at left back, says Jagat. Blind played against West Ham. He had an awful pre-season, Daily Blind. He had an awful pre-season, and he played against West Ham. And I think he looked good against West Ham, nearly scored as well. But defensively, he looked better. But again, West Ham didn't really threaten us much, although they did have, obviously, Arnautovic and Chicharito and whatnot. But, yeah, I think we need to give Blind a little bit of time. He didn't have the greatest of pre-seasons, but Darmian, again, provides good competition there. We got Rojo when he comes back, Demi Mitchell, and of course Luke Shaw to come back soon. I'm hoping he has a good run out on Monday. Ismail says we will challenge for sure. Who do I think Swansea's best player is, says James. Probably Llorente, and he's injured. It was obviously Sigurdsson, but he's gone. They've also got Montero, who's alright. Jordan Ayew. Narsing, Tammy Abraham's quality, but he's a very young player. Can't really. Leroy Fer, actually, he's a decent player, but he's not really like saying that he'll probably score a hat trick now. But he's not going to score like bags of goals, is he? Really? Sean thinks it's going to be 3-1 tomorrow. Not sure about that one. I'm not sure. Well, what did I say? I'm not sure about that one to 3-1. I think we're going to win. I do think we're going to win. Anyway, my team for tomorrow would be David De Gea in goal, Valencia, Bailey, Jones, Blind. So keep the back 4, back 5 the same. Then I'd go with Matic, Pogba, Herrera. Then I'd go with Mkhitaryan, Lukaku, and Rashford or Martial. So I would like to see Martial start. I think the best way to breed, and that's not because Rashford played badly, Rashford played very well against West Ham. But the reason I want to see Martial start is I think you should reward him for his performance against West Ham, coming off the bench, getting a goal, getting an assist. Reward him for that. Give him a start. How can you breed confidence in these young players if you drop them once they come in and score a goal and get an assist? You can't. So play him, and I think he'll play well. I think we'll get a lot of opportunities against Swansea at the weekend. Alfie thinks it's going to be an easy 3-0. Why not pair Bailly with Twanzebe, says Fiesta. I think Twanzebe is behind, obviously, Smalling, Jones and Bailey and Lindelof in the pecking order, but I think he will get his chance eventually. Mickey Lukaku, Tony Marshall, says Rob Wheatley. Hi everyone in the chat, says Jagat. Hi Jagat, how you doing? Guys, hit that like button as well. Make sure you're hitting that like button and of course subscribe to the channel too. What amount of subscribers are we on at this moment in time? We're on 39,202, so we're 798 away from the 40k target. So get hitting that subscribe button. Man United 3, Swansea 0, says Martin. Everyone is very, very confident of us getting a big victory tomorrow. Now, I think if we get an early goal, I think Swansea will crumble. I think if we get an early goal, but we saw against Southampton that Swansea were well organised. They kept a clean sheet. They didn't concede. And Southampton aren't the worst of sides. Do you know what I mean? Southampton are a decent team. So, obviously, Swansea will be coming into it and they'll be thinking, we can get a result here. Of course, United are a big, strong, quick side. We can hit them on the counter-attack. They're playing at home. Their fans are going to want them to come out and attack Manchester United a little bit. And with that being said, if we can get Pogba on the ball, Mkhitaryan, Rashford, Martial, Lukaku, whoever starts in that front three just behind Pogba, and I'm expecting Herrera to start, if we can, get them going and hit them quickly on the counter-attack, I think there'll be goals in it for us. And I think I agree with the 3-0 calls. I'm going to say 3-0 to Manchester United as well. Get your predictions for the game in right about now. Grab says he's definitely confident. Lovepreet says 5-0. Anker says 5-0 too. Jaquan says 3-1 with Lukaku, Martial, and Mickey getting the goals. 5-0 again. Another 5-0 from Smokey Joe. Joel thinks it's going to be 1-0 with Lindelof, and Victor Lindelof has travelled with the squad. That's not to say he's going to be in the matchday squad, but he has travelled with the squad. Pratik says, do I think Andreas Pereira will get a fair amount of game time in the coming days? In the coming days, probably not. But I think this season he will definitely get games. What you've got to look at is that Manchester United fighting in all 4 competitions this season. Hopefully we're in all 4 competitions into 2018 and into February, March. But when you look at that, we're going to need to utilise the squad. Also, when you look at the way Jose played that midfield 3 at home, he played Matic, Pogba, Mata. And when you look at the way we played in Matic's debut against Sampdoria, we played Matic, Pogba and Andreas Pereira. It could be a thing where Andreas Pereira is the alternative for Mata in those home games against teams like West Ham. And I think that will be pretty decent, to be fair. Guys, we're close to 200 likes, so get hitting that like button. 4-0 United, says Mobile Monkey. 3-0 says Michael Brook. 3 or 4-0 says EMP. Benjamin says Stoke City versus Arsenal. If you want to know my thoughts on the Premier League fixtures this weekend, I have done a Premier League preview with a Fantasy League preview for game week 2, and that is up on the channel already, so go and check that out after this. I've also done a Wally of the Week this week and also a Weird Wide Web as well, which are new features on McKola TV, and they will be continuing into next week, so make sure you keep checking those out. Who's scoring then, says Brandon. I'm going to go Romelu Lukaku to get another goal and continue his fine start in a Manchester United shirt. Make it 4 goals in 3 games. I'm going to go with Martial, continuing it and getting 2 goals in his first 2 Premier League games. And I'm going to go with Rashford to come through and get a goal. 3-0 to Manchester United. What are you guys saying? Calazio thinks Lukaku is going to get a hat-trick and a 5-0 win. There's some fucking confidence about here, guys. And we're all going to look very, very stupid if Swansea manage to pull out a result out of the bag. Now, let me see what their record is against Manchester United at this moment in time. 1 second, because it is pretty good, to be fair. So I just want to make sure I get it right. Manchester United Football Club record, Swansea City. Let's have a look at this. In our history, we've played Swansea 29 times. They've won 10. We've won 13 and drawn 6. So for the side of Swansea, they've got a very, very good record against Manchester United. Now, in our last 3 games, we haven't lost. We drew at home 1-1. We won away against Swansea 3-1 and we won at home 2-1. But before that, we lost 3 games on the bounce. 1 of them at home, 2 of them away. And in the last 8 games against Swansea, we've lost 4 and won 4. Sorry, we've lost 4, drawn 1 and won 3. In the last 8 games against Swansea, they have won 50% of the games. We've won 3 and so even though Swansea are, you can say they're shit like Marvin has in a comment, they have a very, very good record against Manchester United. Now, under Jose Mourinho, they haven't obviously continued that fine record and beaten us, and we've got 4 points out of 6 against them. But when you look at their record against us, it's better than most. It's better than most records against Manchester United. It's an absolutely incredible record for Swansea City. De Gea is going to do nothing tomorrow, says Marvin, who doesn't think they're going to test us. And with Fernando Llorente out, they're obviously going to be missing him massively. But they've still got the likes of Leroy Fer, who can pop up with a goal. Got to take Swansea seriously. We can't go into this game thinking we're going to win it and it's going to be a comfortable victory. Of course, form suggests that Manchester United will get a victory, and I hope that is the case. But we can't just go into it thinking that we're going to get an easy victory. Life isn't like that at all. And when you're complacent, that's when bad things can happen. So we need to take Swansea City seriously going on into this game. Utkarsh says, damn, as soon as I arrive, your stream crashes. It's definitely your fault, Utkarsh. It is definitely your fault. Lukaku, top scorer this season, says Ankit. I think he'll get 30 goals plus for us. He's already got 3 in 2 games. So I think he'll get 30 goals plus for us. And I don't think that would be a bad return for his first season in a Manchester United shirt. Right then, back again now. Sorry about that. And there will be no problems anymore. I can assure you about that. Refresh the motherfucking stream, man. Refresh. It won't happen again. I apologise. Sorry about that. Max, sorry. Martin, sorry. Mobile Monkey, sorry. Think we'll see the kids in the early stages of the cup, says Ulrich. P. Bassi says lol. JL says lies. Oh, mate, would I lie to you, JL? You know I love you, mate. Leo says he loves my channel and Full Time Devils. Thank you very much, Leo. I love you too. It's all good, says Rob. Praise the Lord, says Joshua. And my porn bros, for fuck's sake, Mr. Problematic. Hey, stop it, Mr. Problematic. You're watching me right now. Put your dick away. Come on, for fuck's sake. Right then. Anyway, guys. Swansea City against Manchester United. My predicted lineup for the game is, of course, it is David De Gea, Valencia, Bailey, Jones, Blind, Matic, Pogba, Herrera, Mkhitaryan, Lukaku and Rashford. I would rather Martial start. I think we should reward his good appearance with a start, but I don't think he will start, and I think we'll just change Mata for Herrera. Ryan says 49-1. It's going to be 50-0, I can assure you of that. 4-0 United, says Max Schultz. Mickey T says HP. 0-0 says Ronan. I hope not, mate. Pull my hair out if that happens. Come on, glory, Man United, says HP. Mata will replace Rashford in that 11, says J. Oh, maybe you mean Herrera will replace Rashford and then, or maybe you mean Mata will replace Rashford in my 11, and that's very, very possible too. Blind deserves more games. He's so ambitious, says Gideon. Adam, give us a wave. Ulrich, thanks. Bailey's going to get a goal tomorrow, says Ankit. Good starting 11, says Ryan. We're close to 40k. We are Red Devil MUFC. We are very, very close to 40k. And what I will say to you guys is make sure you are hitting that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to Adam McKola TV. And if you haven't liked this video, make sure you hit that like button as well. Josh says tomato or brown sauce, depends what it's with, mate. Am I going to the game? Manny says I haven't got a ticket yet, but I will be at the stadium doing full time. Devil's Anchor is going to bed And he says good night. Rifat is subscribed. And P. Bassi says smash that motherfucking like button. Pogba's going to be player of the season, says Ryan. And 5-0 United, says Yuri. So many of you guys are saying 5-0 United tonight. Bloody hell. Confidence in the air at the moment. And that's what that performance has brought from last season, is absolute confidence. Confidence in the fans, confidence hopefully in the team, confidence everywhere in Manchester United at the moment. Pundits have been talking confidently about us, and I don't like when that happens. I get edgy when they're talking nice about us. It's really, really worrying. But Manchester United played very, very well against West Ham, and we need to keep that going. We've got a very reasonable start to the season in terms of what fixtures that we do have, and we need to keep this run going now. We need to go into this season, just let's hit the ground running. Let's win 5, 6, 7, 8 games on the bounce. Let's, really get going and make people take us seriously that we're going to go for this title. Because we've got this big side. We've got this imposing side. We've got this fast, quick side. But we need to make teams fear us. When teams fear us, it's game over from there. Teams will lose games in the tunnel against this side. But we need to get the results under our belt. Get going on a run. And this side could be absolutely unstoppable in the league. And I think if things click, it could be so good. It could be so, so good. And hopefully that continues against Swansea in Wales on Saturday, the early kickoff. Guys, look, I'm going to have you covered throughout this weekend. So Saturday, straight after the game, I will be live outside Old Trafford once I've finished outside the Liberty Stadium. Once I've finished the fan cams, I will be live on Adam McKola TV. And then after that, I'll get home before match of the day. I'll do the aftermath live where we'll sit down, have a cup of tea, chat about the game in a little bit more in depth. And then on Sunday, I'll bring some content to you. I'm not sure what. Monday, we'll have the Premier League review. Tuesday, we'll have the Wally of the Week. Wednesday, Weird Wide Web. And we keep it going again. Cheeky Chat will be on Monday as well. So we're going to keep all this new content flowing. Keep it regular. Keep it going throughout the season. And make sure you're enjoying every single day here on Adam McKola TV. So make sure you're banging that subscribe button because we've got much, much more coming. Sergio, Shippo, thank you. Wally of the Week, yes, Rifat, it will be on Tuesday. Lindelof is useless, says Mohammed. You can't say that yet, can you? You've got to give him a little bit of time. Gurab thinks we're going to win. JK says we are going to smash them. I'm hopeful for tomorrow's game, says Sibin. Herrera would be happy not seeing Sigurdsson for free kicks, says Utkarsh. Josh says, my favourite YouTube channel. Thank you very much, mate. You guys have all been absolute legends. I have been Adam McKola. This has been the Swansea vs Manchester United preview. And I'm going for a 3-0 Manchester United win. I'm hoping we can continue our impressive start to the season into the second week and going into that third game against Leicester at Old Trafford with another win. Fingers crossed for United tomorrow. If we play anything like we did against West Ham on the weekend, then Swansea are in trouble, but we've got to deliver. So guys, see you later. Thank you. Subscribe, like and share. I'm out of here.